Hello everyone. So welcome to my YouTube channel and today our topic is variable length subnet mask. Basically in variable length subnet mask we do the subnetting on the basis of IP required in each and every single department. For now we will not assign the IP address equally for each and every single department, but we also consider what is the requirement in each case. So we will do the subnetting for the ground floor. Then we will do the subnetting of the subnet for the first floor. Then we again do the subnetting for the second floor. Then we will again do the subnetting of the subnet for the third floor. So step by step, we will start from maximum, go to the lowest one in that case. Okay. For now, dear all, we will now solve the above problem on the basis of VLSM. Okay, so first of all, we will select a network. So I'm selecting the network that is class C. The network is 192.168.0.0. I'm using this network to solve this problem and I will start from the ground floor. So, dear all, you already know very well what is the step number one to calculate the host bit. How many host bit how many host bit will represent the IP addresses? Okay, so the host bit will be 2 power n minus 2 must be greater than or must be greater than or equal to 60 because in ground floor the total number of IP required is what? 60. Now start putting the value of n to satisfy the equation. We know very well what will be the answer. So 2 power 6 minus 2 is greater than equal to 60. So now this will become 64. 64 minus 2 will become 62. According to this, the total number of bit represent the host bit will become 6. Okay. Step number 2 is what? Find custom subnet mask. The default subnet mask is 255.255.0. Now extend this subnet mask in last octet with 8 bits because all the bits are zeros. According to the rule, it says that the last 6 bit represents the host bit and remaining 2 will represent the network bits. Now do the same changes in the example. So it will become 255.255.255.1100000. Okay. And that is equal to what? 255.255.255.192 or slash 26 CIDR value. Okay. Now, step number 3, block size is equal to 2 power 6. That is equal to what? 64. Now we will calculate the IP addresses for the ground floor. For ground floor, the IP address will be what? 192.168.0.0. This will be our network bit. Okay. 192.168.0.1. This will be the first IP address. 192.168.0.62. This will be the last IP address. And 192.168.0.63. This will be our broadcast. Okay, and this will be represented by slash 26 in this case. Okay, so these are the IP addresses allotted to the ground floor. Okay, now we will calculate the IP addresses for the first floor. Okay, first for now we will calculate the IP address for the first floor. Okay, for first floor, first of all we will find the host bit. Host bit. We know very well what is the formula. 2 power n minus 2 must be greater than or equal to 30. putting the value of n will be equal to 5 after solving the equation. Step number 2 is DSM is default subnet mask to custom subnet mask. What is the default subnet mask? 255.255.255.0. Now the custom subnet mask will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. Now turn as host bits are represented by 0 and they start from right to left in an octet. So last 5 bits will become the host bit and remaining 3 will represent the network bits. So let's do the same again. Okay. So this will become 255.255.255.111.00000. So this will become 255.255.255.224. Now block size will be equal to, next step is what? Step number 3 is block size. So block size is equal to 2 power 5, that is equal to what? 32. Now start allotting the IP addresses for the first floor. First floor, the IP addresses will be 192.168.0.64. This will be the network. 192.168.0.65 will be the first IP address. 192.168.0. Now start counting from here 64 and end up to 32 bits. So the last bit will up to 32 IP addresses. So the last IP address will be 0.96 or 192.168.0.90. This will be 97. This will be our broadcast. No, the last will be 94 and 95, basically 63. Then the last IP address will be 0.95. This will be our broadcast IP address. Okay. Now let's calculate the IP address for the next department, that is what? Second floor. Okay. For second floor, the IP address will be as second floor. Okay. First of all, step number 1 is to calculate the host bit. The host bit will be equal to what? So put the values in formula. 2 power n minus 2 must be greater than or equal to what? 12 IP address, because in this case we need only 12 IP addresses. So n will be equal to 4. Okay. Next step is what? DSM to CSM. So what is the default subnet mask is 255.255.255.0. The customized subnet mask will be 000000000. Here, according to the step number 1, total bits represented, the host bits are 4. So 4 will be 0, last 4 bit will become 0 and remaining will become 1. So let's do the same in this case. So 255.255.255.1111 and 0000. So after converting this to the decimal format, it will become 255.255.255.240, right? So this will become 240. Okay. Step number 3, block size. So block size will be 2 power 4, that is equal to 16. So 16 will be the size of that. Now let's calculate the IP addresses. Okay. So this is for the second floor. Second floor. So first IP address will be 192.168.0.96 slash 20 Dear, the slash value for the above problem will be what? Slash 28. Okay. So the answer will be what? Slash 28. This will be our network. Okay. 192.168.0.99.97. This will be the first valid IP. Then, after counting up to 15 values, the next value will be 110. Okay. And the last value will be 111. So this will be the last valid IP according to the calculation. So this will be our broadcast. Okay. Now calculate the IP addresses for the third floor. Okay. For third floor, let's calculate the IP addresses by using the same procedure. Okay. Here the total. So third floor. Okay. Here the number of IP needed are two. So step number one, host bit. According to the two values, host bit will be 2 power n minus 2 must be greater than or equal to what? 2. After satisfying the equation, n will be equal to 2. Step number 2, that is DSM to CSM, default subnet mask to custom subnet mask 255.255.255.0. This is this is the default subnet mask. Elaborating this or writing into bit format, this will be 8 zeros in octet. Here, according to this, the last two bits will remain 0 and others will become 1. Okay, let's do the same in this example. This will become 255.255.255.1111100 or 255.255.255.252. So this is also can be written as slash 20 slash 30 CIDR value. So this is our CIDR value now. Now step number 3, which is block size. So block size 2 power 2 is equal to 4. Okay. Okay, so the block size is equal to 2 power 2, that is equal to 4. Okay. Now let's calculate the IP addresses for the third floor. So according to the calculation, the total IP addresses allotted are only 4 IP addresses. For this is for the third floor. First IP address will be 192.168.0.112 slash 30. This is our network for the third floor. 192.168.0.113. This is the first valid IP or slash 30. Okay. 192.168.0.114. This will be the second valid IP. 192.168.0.115. This will be the last valid IP. Okay. So this will be our broadcast. If I talk about the total IP address allotment, so we have allotted how many IP addresses? 62 IP addresses here. Here we have just allotted how many? 30 IP addresses allotted here. Here we have allotted 16 IP addresses, and in last case we have allotted only 4 IP addresses. Okay. In this, 2 IP addresses is distributed for the network and host. So here we have allotted 62 IP addresses, 30 valid IP addresses. Here we have allotted how much? 14 IP addresses, and here we have allotted only 2 IP addresses. Okay, so what is the total wastage is here? There is no wastage now because we cannot save the further IP addresses. So this method is called variable length subnet mask. And dear all, please follow and subscribe me on YouTube and have a nice day. Thanks for watching the video.